Hello, my name is Thomas. I am a teacher. I teach English at a small school. I love my job because I enjoy helping students learn new things. Every day is a new opportunity to inspire someone. This is my story. You can read my story. You can learn English with me. Every morning, I wake up at 6 o'clock a.m., brush my teeth, wash my face, and make a cup of tea. Then I eat breakfast with my family. After breakfast, I get ready for school. I always wear clean clothes and carry my bag full of books and lesson plans. I leave my house at 7 o'clock a.m. The school is not far from my home, so I usually walk. On my way, I enjoy the fresh morning air and think about the lessons I will teach. I want every student to enjoy learning English. When I arrive at school, I greet my students with a smile. Good morning, everyone. They reply together. Good morning, Mr. Thomas. Their happy voices always make me smile. My first lesson starts at 8 o'clock a.m. We begin by reading a short English story. Then we learn new vocabulary, practice pronunciation, and speak simple English sentences. I tell my students that making mistakes is normal because every mistake helps us learn. Some students are shy, but I always encourage them. I say, don't be afraid to speak English. Practice every day, and you will improve. Seeing my students become more confident makes me feel proud. For me, teaching is not just a job, it is my passion. A busy day at school. After my first class, I take a short break. I drink a bottle of water and prepare for my next lesson. Every class is different because every student learns in a different way. My second class is full of young students. They are active, curious, and always ready to ask questions. Some students answer quickly, while others need more time. I tell them that everyone learns at their own pace. Today's lesson is about daily routines. I write on the board. I wake up early. I go to school. I study English every day. Then I ask each student to make a sentence. At first, some students feel nervous. They make small mistakes, but I never laugh at them. Instead, I smile and say, "Very good. Keep trying." Every mistake helps you become better. Slowly, the students become more confident. They start speaking English without fear. Hearing them use new words correctly makes me very happy. During lunch break, a student named David comes to me. He says, "Mr. Thomas, I want to speak English fluently like you. What should I do?" I smile and answer, "Read English every day. Learn new words, listen carefully, and practice speaking whenever you can. Most importantly, never give up." David thanks me and promises to practice every day. In the afternoon, I give the students a short English story to read. They read it aloud, one by one. I help them with pronunciation and explain the meaning of difficult words. Before the school day ends, I tell my class, "Remember, English is not difficult if you practice every day. Believe in yourself, and success will come." The students smile and clap their hands. At that moment, I know I have chosen the right profession. A special student. One Monday morning, I walked into my classroom as usual. I smiled and greeted my students. "Good morning, everyone." They answered together, "Good morning, Mr. Thomas." After the lesson, I noticed one student sitting quietly at the back of the classroom. His name was Jack. He looked worried and did not speak during the lesson. I walked over to him and asked, "Jack, is everything okay?" He looked at me and said softly, "Mr. Thomas, I want to learn English, but I think I'm not good at it." I make too many mistakes. I smiled and sat beside him. Jack, I said, every great English speaker started as a beginner. Mistakes are not your enemy. They are your best teacher. Jack listened carefully. I gave him a simple English story and asked him to read it slowly. At first, he made many mistakes, but I corrected him kindly. After a few minutes, his reading became better. A small smile appeared on his face. You see, I said, you are improving already. From that day, Jack practiced English every day. He read stories, learned new vocabulary, and spoke English with his classmates during break time. A few weeks later, I asked him to read a story in front of the class. This time, he stood up with confidence. He read clearly and made only a few small mistakes. When he finished, the whole class clapped for him. Jack smiled proudly and said, "Thank you, Mr. Thomas. You taught me that I should never give up." Hearing those words made me very happy. At that moment, I realized that the greatest reward for a teacher is not money or awards. It is seeing students believe in themselves and succeed. The best day of my career. A few months passed, and my students continued to improve their English. Every day, they became more confident. They read stories, learned new vocabulary, and spoke English with each other. Watching their progress made me proud. One morning, the school principal came to my classroom. He smiled and said, "Mr. Thomas, I have some good news. Our school will hold an English story competition next Friday. I would like your class to represent our school." My students looked excited, but they were also nervous. I said, "Don't worry. We will prepare together. I believe in every one of you." For the next few days, we practiced every afternoon. The students read English stories aloud, improved their pronunciation, and learned how to speak clearly and confidently. Sometimes they made mistakes, but they never gave up. I reminded them, success doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from practicing every day. Finally, the day of the competition arrived. Many schools came to the event. The hall was full of teachers, students, and parents. One by one, my students went onto the stage and told their English stories. They spoke clearly, smiled with confidence, and did their very best. As I watched from the audience, I felt proud. They were no longer afraid to speak English. After all the presentations, the judges announced the results. The winner of this year's English story competition is Green Valley School. My students shouted with joy. They ran toward me and said, "Thank you, Mr. Thomas. We couldn't have done it without you." I smiled and replied, "No, you earned this victory. Your hard work made this possible." At that moment, I realized that the greatest success for a teacher is not winning a trophy. It is helping students believe in themselves and achieve their dreams. My dream came true. Years passed, and I continued teaching English with the same passion. Every new school year, I welcomed new students into my classroom. Some were confident, while others were shy. No matter who they were, I treated every student with kindness and respect. One afternoon, after class, someone knocked on my classroom door. When I looked up, I saw a young man smiling at me. "Hello, Mr. Thomas," he said. For a moment, I couldn't recognize him. Then he smiled again and said, "I'm Jack. I was your student many years ago." I stood up and shook his hand. "Jack, it's wonderful to see you again. How have you been?" Jack smiled proudly. "I have great news. I became an English teacher because of you." I was speechless. Jack continued, You taught me to believe in myself. You showed me that mistakes are part of learning. Now, I'll teach English to children, just as you taught me. Hearing those words filled my heart with happiness. At that moment, I realized that a teacher's greatest success is not money, trophies, or awards. A teacher's greatest success is changing lives. As Jack left the classroom, I looked around at the empty desks and smiled. I whispered to myself, "This is why I became a teacher." Every day, a teacher has the chance to inspire, encourage, and change someone's future. And that is the greatest reward of all. The end. Thank you for reading this story. If you enjoyed this English story, please like, share, and subscribe for more. Learn English through story videos. See you in the next story. Keep learning, keep practicing, and never give up.